This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions from you guys. I mean, Reddy sir forwarded me. Because he is here, I'm taking this session. Yeah. So these are the questions, or do you have any other things?
I have a couple of other questions also. Actually, I wanted to send an email. This is
so
with regard
shall
to.
we start with these things first and then we'll take the other ones?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thing is how to verify drop-down box items. So first what I'll do is I'll try to understand what exactly your question is and then we'll see the corresponding program. So how to verify drop-down box items, return drop-down box items and compare with the expected. So what I understood is, let's assume there is a country drop-down. So in that drop-down, there are 4 to 5 values. So you want to, that is your actual values in drop-down, and you want to compare with the expected one. So am I right? My understanding is correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Because in our applications we used to have the drop down by countries and all the values. Once you click on the drop down country value, it will have almost 250 values.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to see all the values which are displayed in the front end should match the back end.
Okay, sure.
Like how to print everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to print also.
Sure, I'll take up this one. So for that, where we'll go is, let's assume the Internet Hero app. We'll go to this one. There is a drop down, yeah. So basically, there are 3 options here. So I'm just taking a simple one. So we wanted to make sure all these 3 options are available, or you get these values and
you can able to go to the gcr.com GCR shop, then you will know the values whatever we are asking.
This is fine, right? So any drop down is same drop down.
Yeah, but only the thing is those are having a lot of values, but only the thing is we need to.
If there are a lot of values, then the additional thing is you need to add a lot of data, I mean, test data. So that is the reason I'm taking the simple one. You can do the same thing. Okay. So let me create a project first, and then I will go ahead with this. I'm just creating a new Maven project. So questions. Yeah, I don't think these are not required for me.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, sure.
When I created this Maven project under SRC main Java and under SRC test Java, I'm getting the packages like duplicate. Let's say com.gcr. something. Then I'm getting one package with the name com and the one with com.gcr, then one with com.gcr. Whatever I am creating. Why is it coming like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm following the same thing. Let's say
yeah,
you're saying
same thing.
Creating this one, so you're getting that. Let's say I'm saying com.gcr.sample. So is it not coming in this way for you?
No, I'm getting one with com, one with com.gcr, then one with this com.gcr sample.
Are you sure? Are you seeing here or somewhere?
No, under SRC main Java and SRC test Java.
I'm not sure why it is getting like that. But I have
I tried to delete. I tried to delete those, but it's not getting deleted.
Okay, maybe after this session we can see a remote to your machine.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me create a test ng class. So I'll have the before class and after class. I'll say drop down and score example. Okay, before that, let me add the corresponding repositories, dependencies here. Test ng I'll add first. I'll take this 7.1. The JUnit dependency is not required, so I'm deleting it. And this test also required. And then the Selenium server. I'll take this stable version. And then WebDriver manager. I'm just doing a little bit faster because you guys already know about this. So I don't want to stretch on this.
No.
Let me create a variable public WebDriver driver. Then WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot set, and driver equal to no Chrome driver driver dot manage dot window dot maximize driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait. I'll just put 10 seconds. And here I'll just put driver dot wait. And let me change the method name as well. Instead of S, I'll say test in this one. So my intention or my example, which I'm going to take here is, so I'll go to this Internet Heroku app directly to the dropdown. First, I'll select a value from dropdown, and I'm going to tell you all the options which are available in the selecting a value from dropdown. What are the things you can do? I'm just going to explain all those things. So driver dot get. I'll go to dropdown, and you can select a value from the dropdown. That is the first thing, and that is you already aware of it. Let me repeat that as a thing. So in order to do that, so I need to get the ID or locator of this one. So it has an ID. I'll take this. Driver dot find element y dot ID. And I need to store it in a web element, this one. So because I can use it later. Web element W or DD. I'll say DD. This is the drop down, right? And then you need to create an object for the select class. And I'll pass the DD. So before selecting a value from dropdown, what you can do is you can verify what is the default value in the dropdown. If you see, so default value in the dropdown is this one. Please select an option, right? So you can get that value. Sometimes what happens is the default value might be something else. Let's say if you take the country dropdown, default value might be India, or default value might be USA, like that. So you want to get that one? Yes, you can get that. So get the default or selected value from drop down. So for that you can say yes dot get first selected option. So there is a command called get first selected option. The first selected option in this tag. So that is what it is going to return as a web element. And then but we need a text, right? So get text. So then you can store it in a string. I'll say first default value, default option. You can print this out. default value is, and this default option. That's it. Let me run this one. So I haven't selected anything else. I'm just trying to print what is the default value available in the dropdown. Do you guys understand why I have put get text here? Because that first selected option is going to return a web element for me. So from that web element, I am trying to get the text. So that is the reason I put get text. Okay, executed, and you can see the default values. Please select an option. That is what you have currently in the dropdown. So that is if you want to get a value currently which is available in the dropdown, then you need to use this option. Get first selected option.
Okay. Get text. Okay.
Get selected option is going to return a web element. So from that web element, I'm going to get the text. Okay.
Okay. So once this is done, then we need to get the values in the drop down, no? That one?
Yeah. So that is the next step. Let's say if you want to get the values from the drop down, get all values from drop down. So in order to do that, we have a command. So s dot get options. So if you see the get options, it is going to return a list of web elements. Just remember this, it is going to just return a web element, not the text. Okay. So get options.
Only the list we are going to get, not the text value.
Web elements in a list we are going to get.
Okay.
So let me store those in a list. Let me store it in a list.
No, we can do it here, sir, as well. Get text, and
No,
then
no.
still we can print
As it is a list, it will not give you the get text until unless you iterate those things.
Okay.
So if it is a single element, yes, you can get it, but these are all the multiple elements, right? It's not a single element. So then you cannot do that. DD value, I'll show you DD values. Even though you tried, I just tried also. Dot get. See, you can get only one element, but there is no get text here because that is not a single element, it's a multiple element. So in order to do that, in order to get the text for each and every element, you need to iterate by using a for loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you see DD values is having all the web elements which are available in the dropdown. So I want to get the text from that. So simple. It's for loop I need to use. Yeah. So I equal to 0, I less than DD values dot size. As it is a list, I'm going to use the size. So this out. So values in drop down, then plus DD values. So that is nothing but the web element. Get index, not index of get in. Get index dot get text. So this means each and every, it will go to the first element and will get the text. Go to the second element and will get the text. Let me run it. Now we should be able to see all the values which are available in the dropdown. The text, what is the text available in the dropdown? You should be able to see it. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Now can you see the output here? Default values, that is what we have written earlier, but this one, values in the drop down, you can see that. So
We
this
can
is the
see the
first
option
one.
1 and option 2 also. Okay.
Yeah, because this drop down is containing all these values, right? If you see,
Yeah, option 1
these
and
are the
option 2.
options available. Okay. These three options available in the drop down, so it printed. So any question in this one?
No. So we need to write the code in the similar manner wherever we get the drop downs.
If you want, this is just only printing this one. It's not. So the next step, as you ask the question, we need to compare with the actual text. Whatever, I mean, this is the actual text which is getting. The expected values you will have somewhere else, right? So those you need to compare both. Okay.
Okay.
So in order to do that, so because as it is giving everything in a list, so what we can do is we can add these values in the list also. So as of now, see, if you see this list, DD values, that is web elements only. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another list which can store this text as well. So like this text, like all the three options, whatever you are seeing this one, right? In a list, I would like to add these three options and I'll have another list which is the expected values. So I can compare both the values. Okay.
Yeah.
In order to do that, what I'll do is I'll create a list to add the text of values, text of elements in text of options, I'll say text of options in the drop. Array list. Array list. It's a string. It's not a web element. String. Actual options. I'll say ACT options is nothing but actual options. New actual array list. So whatever the values I'm getting here, DD values, that I'll add it to this act option. This list act options dot add this one. So the text, whatever it is getting, I'm trying to add it into another list. Just wait a second, it got stuck.
Raj, you want to take those values in act options?
This DD values dot get I'll store into act options. Then I'll have this is my actual. This is my actual values. Then I'll have another list with the expected values. So then I'll compare both the lists.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Second, sorry for this inconvenience. Or let me close and reopen it. So meanwhile, let's try to see other question. This I didn't understand. How to identify the functionality of images? What is the meaning of this one?
We have images like static images, some which doesn't have any kind of any URL or something like that. The
No,
static images. We have a lot of static images on the web pages, no?
okay.
And
Then how do
those.
you, why do you verify the functionality of it? Is it a, see, just think in a way how you are doing a manual test case. When you're doing a manual test case, will you worry about the functionality of the image?
Generally, we'll check whether the images are displaying or not, whether it is a static or non-static. That's
So
it.
you'll see that the image is displayed or not. That is fine. That we can do it. Yeah, we can see that example. Images. How can we do it? Okay, I lost that array list. Okay, let me create again. Array list. String. Array list. I'll give a proper name, ACT option, that is nothing but actual options. Dot add. So what are the values I'm getting here? I'll add it to this list. Okay. So now this actual options will have all the text which are available. And then what I'll do is, if you want to see that, yes, you can just print it, or else, yeah, this out. Actual options in Dropdown. Plus ACT options. It will just print comma separated values. This. Now you will have all the values which are available actually in the dropdown. So then you need to have a test data. Test data is nothing but you are expected, what you are expecting to have values in that particular dropdown. So for that, we need to create another array list and add the expected values. Yeah, can you see that? These are the values available in the array list now. ACT options array list has these three values. Now I need to create my expected data. Expected options. This is my test data. Okay. So then again, I need to create an array list. This I'll exp. I'll say expected options. But expected options are my test data. I need to give one of them. I need to add those. Expected options dot add. What is the first element here? This one. Please select option. This one. And again, I'll just need to add a couple more elements to this. Option 1. And the other one is option 2. See. Now let me just print this one also, because this is my test data, right? Expected options. This will be exp options. So both will be same. So it will be print, and then I can do a comparison of these things. So comparison be done. Actual options. It's very simple. Actual options dot equals expected options. So after comparing, it will return either true or false. So it's a Boolean value it is going to return. So I'll say Boolean result equal to this. So I can print this out. actual and expected options are same. So then it will say the true or false. The result I'll just print it. If it's written the true, then it is like just say both are same. So for this one, I'm just printing a statement. You can do an assertion also. You can just say assert dot assert true. So if the result is true, then it will pass. Otherwise, it will throw an error. So that is up to you. Then after comparing, what do you want to do? You want to, if the result is not coming positive, then you want to stop it, or you want to continue, or you want to write something. That is up to you. That is assertions. That depends on the scenario what you are working on. Or you can write if conditions. If this is true, then do this one. If this is true. Yeah. See here, we got an option. Yeah, true. So because both are same, we got true option. If I change something, let's say, let me do this. If I give option 3 as my expected output. So, but what is the value there? Option 2 is the value there. But now if I run it, I'm expecting to have the false. I have changed my test data. So because I cannot change in the application, I just change my test data, option 1 and option 3. But option 3 is not available in that dropdown. So when it is comparing the actual options and expected options, it's going to return a false value. Yeah, see, it has returned the false value. So you want to make it failure? Yes, you can do it by using assert dot assert true and this result. That's it. So this assert true always expects a true value. If it is getting a false value, then obviously it is going to fail. So any questions in this one?
No.
Suppose if we have like more than 10 options in the drop down, do we need to write the array list for 10 of those options, or
Yes,
is there any other way?
test data, right? Yes, it doesn't matter how many values you have. Yes, you have to write it because you test data you need to provide. Otherwise, it cannot compare, right?
Compare, right? Like Sridhar was saying, like there are 250 states or cities in the drop down for his application. So in that scenario also, we need to add those 250 list, those 250 here.
Yes, you need to add your 250, but that is only one-time effort, right? Only
Right,
one
right.
time you will do it, but that
Yeah.
can be used throughout your regression a number of times.
Okay.
Test data, definitely we need to prepare ourselves.
Okay.
Can we add all this test data in Excel and compare? That also we can able to do, no?
Yeah, you can do that. Yes, you can do that also.
So because instead of adding here, I can able to enter into the Excel sheet and I can able to call for the Excel sheet from the Excel sheet.
You can do that. Yes, it doesn't matter anyway. You should have all those things. You should put it on the array list. That's it. Then you can compare.
Oh, okay.
So you can read it from CSV or Excel or properties file, whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so hope this one is done. And this one, so to identify, but the question might be different, but you have written like this. You want to
Only thing is some links once we click it doesn't go anywhere. Some links it goes to the next page. So those are the links what we see it in home pages.
one example for that. Can you show me any of the links? Okay, maybe let me go to Selenium.dev.
Maybe the images are on the home pages.
Okay, yeah, maybe this one is an image, right? Selenium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a logo. Large.
Logo. This is an image, but actually It is covered up with the link, so it will definitely go. If you click anywhere, it will go there. So let me check this one, this image. Yeah. So this will not go anywhere else, even though you perform the click operation.
Yeah.
So that depends on your functionality, right? Like the test case which you are writing, maybe you can just write in a way. When you click on this one, so your expected one is, so it should go to, you should navigate to another page, right? Another page
Yeah.
or somewhere.
Some are
So
navigating, some will never navigate.
that is what, if you are doing it manually also, what will you do whenever you're doing manually? You click on this one, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You click on this one. So if it is, so expected is it should stay in the same page. So then you'll
That's
get the
correct.
title of the page and you can
Mhm.
compare both. But if there is another image, so this one is micro focus. When you click on this image, so
It
your
goes to
expected
the
one is
next
it will
page.
navigate to another one.
Yeah.
So then you will get the title of this one and compare it.
Yes.
Or you can get the URL also.
Yeah. Okay.
So that
You
is
can check
how
the
you do
URL
it.
also, no?
Anything which is for verification. See, some people will use a title, some people will use the URLs, some people will use a text which is available there. Let's say if I click on micro focus, it's just navigating to another page, but there is some different text compared to the previous one. Let's say if I'm able to see this best practices enterprise, then I can say that I navigated to micro focus.
Okay.
Like this. So comparisons can be done in multiple ways, or assertions can be done in multiple ways. So whichever is convenient for you, you can go ahead with that. Okay. Am I clear on this, or do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm clear. So how we can able to write with the links which are not at all going to the next page?
That's what I'm saying. You click this one, and what is your expectation? Your expected one is it should
Same
not
page.
go to another page, right?
Yeah, it's
So
only the
then,
display of the image, whether it is displaying or not. That's it.
if you want to verify whether the image is displayed or not, we have a command called is displayed. We have a command called, let me go ahead and write a program for that.
So are you saying you will just like click on it by X path or some ID
You
and
find it,
or
you
just
find
say
it
is
anywhere
this
and use
displayed?
it. Right.
Yeah, we have done that.
Okay, fine.
No, if Sridhar, if you want to go ahead with it, we can go.
No. If you understood, that is fine. I need not to do this one. Okay. Shall we
Okay.
move to the next one?
Yes, sir.
How to verify cell values from a web table. Okay. So this is also pretty much similar. Mostly everything with the XPath. Whatever the XPath you are writing, that will solve most of your problems. Let me. Give me a second. I'll just navigate to a site where we are having a web table. W3 schools. Yeah, this one. Okay, now tell me what do you want to do in this web table? You want to
I
get a
wanted to
first.
see all the values in the web table. It may be the company, contact, country. Whatever
Right.
values are displayed here.
I can write the program to get the first row, second row, or all the values in this particular table.
Yeah, but It may be
Right.
this one, or it may be an Excel sheet having multiple values, like thousands of values are there.
Excel sheet. Excel sheet, we already have done it, right? Philo. By using that Philo, if you see in the framework, we have just written a query. So treat that as a website, that as a database, and you query it. So using the Philo, we have done it. But
Oh,
this
okay.
one is this one is a different one. It's not Excel
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
not a database. We can write some coding for this. So I'll just copy paste this program and I'll update it accordingly. Web table example. This web table example. Okay, I'll navigate to this page. So here, let's first let's say I want to get the values from this particular row. So I want to print all these values which are available in this particular row. So then it's very simple. I'll just right click and inspect on this one. So I need to observe the structure of my table. How is the structure? See, it is a TR, that is nothing but row. So if you see, each and every TR here is nothing but a row here, right? And TR is under T body and table. So from that table, I'll write an XPath to find out the second row, and I'll get the text from that second row. Let me write it. Get second row values, right? For that, driver dot find element by dot XPath. I need to write an XPath for this row. So this row is nothing but third row. I'll write it from the table now. So let me write an XPath / table @ID equals to this. ID and then T body and then TR of 3, because the third one, third row. So I mean, in the structure of this one, this is the third element. So I'll take the TR of 3. Text path dot get text. Again, this I can store it in a string. I'll say second row data. Then this is out. Second row data is this second row data. Okay, so let me run this one. Excuse me. So it will just navigate to that and it will try to get the values from the second row. Yeah, you can see that. These are the values in the second row.
But so sometime XPath value of every cell is different, right? It's not like
What?
like some tables are not like this. Like XPath value of every cell is different.
No, I am not saying. I am just getting the row, right?
So are you saying we can get the XPath according to rows and columns, or like?
Yeah. No. So see this one exactly. I need the second row, so I have written the XPath for the second row. But if you want to get all the values, yes, we can get it. All the rows values, if you want, you can get it. I can write it in the next step.
Okay.
So if you want to get all the values of this table, so the whole table you want to get it, yes, we can get it. We can write it. Shall I write that one?
Yeah. So you will like try to get XPath for that, like specific because XPath is the key thing, right?
Right, XPath is the key thing. Yes, by XPath
So you will
only
get the XPath for whole table.
XPath is?
So you will try to get the XPath for whole table.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let me write it. What I'll do is,
Okay.
I'll try to get the XPath for the TR till TR, and then I'll iterate the whole rows. Each and every row I'll iterate and I'll print each and every row.
Okay.
Okay, let me do that one. So driver dot. So now I am not going to find one element. I am going to find multiple elements. So I'll just use find elements because I want to find all the rows available there. By dot XPath. So I'll write an XPath, the same thing, but till TR only, because I'm not going to hard code here because I know I need to iterate all the rows available here till TR only. Again, I'll store it in a list.
So again, we cannot do this get text here because there are so many rows.
As you see in the previous example, list is going is going to return only web elements. So if you want to get the text, I need to iterate.
No, sir. If we don't store the list in list, we just write driver dot find element by XPath dot get text.
So that you see, this is for a single row. If you want to for a single row, yes, this is the get text, you can get it. Now I'm trying to get for all the rows.
Okay.
All the rows elements, and I'm storing it in a web element. Now I'll write a for loop to iterate all the values which are available in the table. See, table dot get, sorry, table dot size. So which is going to return all the table dot size. Yeah. And then here I'll write this out. Values in table. Or I can just values in table. Then plus table dot get index dot get text.
Get text.
Now what our Selenium will do is it will just go to each and every row and will try to get the text. Because as it is already available in the list, I cannot use a get text. So from list, I'm iterating each and every element, and then I'm doing it. Let me run this now. So now it will print, it will go to each and every row in that particular table, and it will get the value for each and every row. So obviously it is going to get us all the values available in the that particular table. Yeah, you can see that it's printing all the values. See, this is a header and these are the rows in each and every value. Got it?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so this is how you can handle the table, web tables. So if you want to get, you can get the specific row, or if you want to get all the values, yes. So you'll get all the values in this way. So any other questions in this one?
No, sir. Can you just like, if we have left with some time, just give us some in-depth about XPath, how to like get it manually?
So XPath syntax is like, let me. So I have written by this one. The syntax of XPath is this one: element @ attribute equal to attribute value. That's it. This is the syntax. If you see my any of these XPaths,
So sometimes like this doesn't work, right?
what?
Sometimes this syntax doesn't work, like only these values.
Who said? Every time it will work.
Okay, sir.
See, you see the element is this one. Attribute, I am taking ID as my attribute. You can give any attribute. There is no rule that ID, name, class, anything, any attribute. And this is the attribute value. And then I am trying to find the child element, right? Slash
Yes.
T body.
Yes.
My child element. And then TR is the child element. And then the number of this one, 3, third one. I need a third one, so I had done the 3. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Okay.
If there is a link tag A, then how do we write it?
Or like on Amazon website, like some.
Okay, this is the link, right? These are all the links. Okay, a drop down. So obviously, if you have a link, you can go ahead with the link text. But still, if you want to write an XPath, yes. So link is having the this href, right? You can go ahead with the href.
Okay.
It will be the attribute.
At the rate href equal to this one. Got it? So it's same as what I have just followed the same syntax. See, element A is the element. At the rate attribute is nothing but href is an attribute, and the attribute value is this value.
The URL value.
Yeah, the URL value.
Yeah, this one. See, you can just do one-to-one comparison. Element, attribute, and this is the attribute value. Understood?
We just want to know, like, if it is more complicated or is it?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Because when we do on this is a static website, but if we do it on Amazon or somewhere, it's not easy to get the XPath. So like just with this
Amazon.com or .in?
.in or .ca, whatever.
Yeah, you just tell me which one you want me to pick.
Does the sign button?
This one? This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's not complicated. We can, yeah, let's see.
I face some issues like here in this website later.
It's still loading. Yeah. See, yeah, sign in. Yeah, again, you can write it with the class, right? / span at the rate class equal to this one. Or else, what else I can do is, so this is having a text, right? Sign in is a text for me. So with that text also I can write. So if I have to go ahead with the text, I have this one / element text. This is syntax I'm writing. Inner text.
So element will be span, sir. What it is?
Yeah, element will be span. Yeah, whatever you see as in an Angular base, that will be element. See, now text equal to the inner text is nothing but signing. See, if you want to verify this, copy and come back here. See, got it right? This one.
Yes.
Sign. Okay. Yeah. But the same thing, if you want to write with the class, yes, that will be same again. / span at the rate class equal to this one. Right.
Yes.
Maybe one is at bottom, one is at the top. Yeah, this one. Sign in. Okay.
Okay.
So this, yeah, same syntax I'm just following. If you write in, but if you have to move to the child element again, you just need to use the slash.
So anything can be an attribute, like a name, class, like, or text. Even the
This is
text can be attribute.
means any attribute you can use. There is no restriction. So you can use ID, class, or whatever you want. So like
Even
here we have
the text.
href, this data nav. Let's say if you want to identify this by using data nav ref, yes.
Okay.
Class, a data nav role, any attribute you can use here. Rel, here, anything.
Okay, sir.
This is for XPath. Maybe let me save this one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, let me just close this one. This one is already. We'll go to the next question which you guys have. Okay, how to verify cell values here. Download a PDF or Word file and compare with the expected file. Okay, so then a little bit of discussion is required on this one. So, if you want to download, yes, it is very simple. You just need to go to this link, whatever, let's say here, file download, and you can just perform a click on whatever you want. Let's say if I click on this one, it will just download whatever the file I want. If I click it, it's downloading this file, right?
Yes.
So till that point only Selenium can download. That's it. Selenium is meant for that only. And if you want to compare the file, so the actual file, if you see at our previous examples also, when you are comparing, so what is the thing you are using? You are using Java there. Selenium is nowhere here. While you are comparing anything,
Yeah, we are using
no
the
Selenium
Boolean.
command is there. So when you are comparing something, it is coming from the Java language.
Java, yeah.
Equals is the Java method. It's not the Selenium.
Boolean also, sir.
Yeah, Boolean is the Java one, right? It's not Selenium
Java,
related.
Yes.
So any comparison, that's what I'm saying. So Selenium can do till this point only. Clicking on this one. Till that point only Selenium can do. The
So
comparison
what
and
about the
everything.
values in the PDF? It will not read the values in the PDF?
Selenium, that's what, listen what I'm saying. So Selenium can do only clicking of that one. What are actions you are performing in the web page that can be done by Selenium. So comparison, that is out of your thing. It is not related to web, right? It is your mind you are using when you are comparing, right? So then we need to write a Java logic for that. Any comparison.
To read the value from file.
Of course, to read the value from the file, if you see in a framework, what we have done, we have read data
Yes, sir,
from Excel sheet. There, did we use Selenium? No.
No.
We have used Java code by using the Philo library. When we are reading data from config.properties, that is the Java code. It is not Selenium code. Selenium code is this one, driver.findElement. This is the Java Selenium code. But this comparison is not Selenium code. Am I clear on that?
Yeah,
In interviews also, they'll ask these kind of questions only. What are the things Selenium can do? Then you should not say Selenium will compare two arrays. No. Selenium can get only the values which are available in the drop-down. The storing of the values, comparison, everything is from Java. That is the reason we need a language to support our Selenium action. Got it? No, now I'm going to tell you how to compare and everything, but I'm just trying to give a context of this one. What is Selenium related? What is Java related? Got it?
Yes, yes, sir.
That's fine, or any clarification is needed?
That's it. That's what the same thing,
Okay.
whatever you have told. Yeah.
Okay, then fine. Okay, let me just take this one, download. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to this directly. I'll navigate to this Internet Heroku app download. So in order to download, it's very simple. Let's say I want to click on this features.docs. So yeah, it is a link. As it is a link, I can use a link text directly. So driver dot find element by dot link text. I'll just give the link text dot link. That's it. So Selenium will download this file. So I'll say thread dot zip of 2 seconds so that you can see that whether it is downloaded or not. Let me run this one. See, I clicked on it. So download, you can see at the bottom, and a file is going to my downloads folder. The downloads, yeah, you can see that features. It just downloaded 8:29 a.m. See, now it just downloaded features. Let me just open it. We'll see what it has. So this is your actual file, okay? And in order to compare that, you need to have an expected file also.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
comparison of files is not straightforward, as you have done array list comparison, right? This equal to this is not straightforward. We need to have some libraries. See, this is having some text here. Okay, so I'll close this one. This is my actual. I already got the actual, and I need to prepare the expected one. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just copy this one and paste it under this. This I'll rename it expected docs, and I'll do some changes so that I can see that difference while I'm comparing. So what is the difference? Expected docs. Let it open. So introduction, Selenium is an open source automation tool. Selenium is and Selenium is the best. I'll just add this extra text here. The best, I have just added an extra so that when it is comparing, it will show you the difference. Okay, let me save this one. In order to do comparison, so there is some utility, there is some library. It is like some Philo or Selenium like that. There is one library. So I need to add some dependency in the pom.xml file. So that dependency is actually I have copied already. I don't have that in repository. So actually this is not coming from the Maven repository. It is coming from some other repository. So in those cases, what we can do is I just need to add a repository here. It's not directly coming from Maven repository. It's coming from some other repository. So I'll just add the repository here. So I'm explicitly saying it this repository and the
So,
dependency.
yeah, whatever you are adding,
Dependency.
they are API files, API one,
API, same
java.api
like
flows.
how I added Selenium server, right? In the similar way, I'm adding this one.
Okay.
So this group docs comparison is a jar file or library which are having methods which can compare two files of different formats, same formats. Okay. See, now I added this one. So let me write this after this for comparer. Comparer C equal to new comparer. So this comparer method is available in those jar files. The class is available in those files.
So maybe you need to save it. Save the
One
dependencies.
second, I just click control space, so it is taking time. Yeah. Comparer. Yeah, comparer. Here I need to give the path of my actual file. So where is my actual file? My actual file is available in downloads folder. So let me get the path of this one. It is available here. See, use the download. And then the name of the file also I need to get. Features dot extension. You need to give the proper extension for that. Docs. Okay, that is my file, which is like my actual file. Okay, then let me do it in try catch block. So that C dot add. So I need to give. So which one I need to compare with? So this feature dot docs. Which one? This is my expected file. So I need to compare with this expected dot docs. And then after comparing both the things, the result is different. Then I need to write that in another file. So C dot compare. I'll just write difference dot docx. So the difference will be written in this file. So once I execute a program, if there is any difference, it will come here. Okay.
Sorry, sir. So which command you are comparing them? In C, you stored the like actual file.
This is the actual file.
Yes, but
This
then
is my
where are you comparing it? Then C dot add is not.
C dot add is adding it to the comparer, and then so as has written the internal logic of this compare, what it will do is it will take these two files, whatever I have given as input. This is the internal logic of compare.
Okay.
So I have internal logic. They have handled it internally. Whatever you pass it to these two, they will compare and it will give in a difference.
Okay.
And in the finally block, I'll write so C dot dispose. So because the comparator is open, then I need to close it. So now let me run it. So now you are understanding the difference between Selenium and Java, right? So till which point Selenium can do and which
Yeah.
point Java can.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, now I'm comparing it. It might take some time. It's comparing both the things. Let's see. Maybe it's throwing an error. Let's see.
But it will compare only if we use try and catch method. It will not compare directly without if we add c.add expected and then c.compare difference docs.
You can write it outside also. It will work. So why I have written a try catch block is if there is an exception, it will just show us in a.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I think it's done. It's passed. So as I told you, it should create a difference.docs. So let me refresh it. Refresh. Yeah, see, there is a difference.docs. Let me open. So the extra thing should be shown here. What are the extra is available and expected? That should be shown here. Yeah, can you see that?
Highlighted.
So highlighted because this is the extra code which is available in the expected one. So that is it is not available in the actual, so it is highlighted.
So sir, if I can put one more, like I can add one more file and compare 3 there, like c.add.
No, I haven't tried that one. I'm not
Okay.
sure because the comparison basically will be done with the only two files.
Yes, sir.
Not for multiple files.
Yeah,
But I haven't tried that one. If you want, you can try it.
No worries, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. So in the similar way, so you can compare the text or PDF, whatever the formats you want. Actually, this library will support docs, PDFs, and the text.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
The same way, you can just go to this particular site and maybe you can just download one text file and then again. So you'll just need to change the extension of that or file names. You just need to change, and again it will compare and it will give it in a notepad. I mean, the difference in the notepad. Any questions in this one?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay, perfect. How to check the JDBC for the database testing? So this is again a purely a Java question. So Selenium will not do any database testing. Selenium part is only, so as you already aware, now you got a idea what Selenium will do, what Java will do. Selenium is performing actions on the web page only, and to connect into to the database and getting the data from database will be done by Selenium. Will be done by Java and SQL queries. If you want to connect to database,
how we can able to connect it if suppose somebody will ask in the interview whether you have done the JDBC connection.
But first I want you to agree on that. Selenium is not going to do any database testing.
Yeah, that's okay, I will agree.
Selenium is not going to connect with the database. Java is going to connect to database. Yeah, we'll write the program for that. Yeah, if you want to connect to database, so if you see, if you want to read from data from Excel sheet, we have added one file, one dependency called philo. In the similar way, if you want to connect to database and read data from databases, you need to add a corresponding dependency. So for this particular demonstration, I have installed MySQL database in my laptop. So I need to add the dependency of MySQL. So this is the dependency of MySQL. I'm going to add this one. So this is the dependency for MySQL. If you
Okay.
want to connect to database, this is what you require. Okay. And then the prerequisites are you need to have a MySQL database, you need to have username, password for that, and there should be a table, and the table should have some rows in that particular table. That is the prerequisite in order to connect to database and get data. So generally in companies, installing the database, adding the rows and everything will be taken by someone. So if you want to connect, they will provide you username, password, and the URL for that particular database. Let me write a new program. So I'll not involve Selenium here. Database, let's go example. Database example. So what I'll do here is, as it is not related to Selenium, I'll just comment out these things because this is not required for me. I'm not going to launch any browser and nothing.
Yeah.
In order to connect to database, yeah. So I need this class dot for name, and it requires what is the driver? Com dot MySQL dot JDBC dot driver dot new instance. So yeah, this is the syntax for connecting to database. So even I have Googled it and I got this one. So if you want to connect to JDBC, like Oracle database, that will be different. So instead of MySQL, this will be com.oracle.jdbc driver. And you need to add the dependency of Oracle database, not the MySQL. So that depends on your database. If it is MySQL, then you need to use MySQL connector. If it is ODBC, Oracle, then you need to use Oracle connector. Okay, I'm just telling for one thing.
Yeah, where did you get
the other
one?
things will be same. What?
1 minute. Can you go to the previous screen? Previous
The
pom.xml. Yeah,
Right.
this one. Where did you get it? Did you get it in the same
Maven repository.
Maven repositories?
Maven.
No. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this and then connection. Just need to import path connection. ON driver manager dot get connection. I just need to give the URL of this JDBC MySQL, and my database is in the local, right? So I'll just give the local host. The port number, and then what is the database name? So my database name is EMP. So I'll just give that one. And then I need to give the username and I need to give the password. So I already have created this one, right? My username is root and the password is admin for my database or my MySQL. These are the credentials. EMP is my database name. I'll just write it here. EMP is my database, or you can call it a schema name. root is username, admin is password. See, if you try to execute the same program in your machine, it will not work because you haven't installed MySQL, right? In order to execute this one, you need to have MySQL in your machine. So then only it will work. Okay, and then statement. Connection dot create statement. Then query. And you need to write the query whatever you want from the database. Select, I just wanted to get all the values. Table is employee. I already created employee table, so I just wrote here employee. Table name is employee and it has two columns, age and name. So name and age. Name and age with two rows. So that data I already have written into the table. I already inserted into the table. Then it should be stmt dot statement dot execute query. Execute query, and this is a query here. Once the query is executed, if you remember in result in the filo from reading from Excel, it has recorded record set. Here we have the result set. It's everything is Java related. Result set. Okay, result set rs equal to. Again, if you want to get the values, again you need to iterate this. So let me write a while loop. Here I'm trying to print all the values which are available in that particular table. rs dot next. Let me print these values. This out. Name is rs dot get string of 1. Then age is age and this age is rs dot get string column next to this is not equal. Okay, let me run this one. So now it is going to before that I need to close the connection. Running it, run as testing test. So my database is having a table called employee, and which is having two rows. So it is going to you have an SQL syntax. Check the manual, the corresponding SQL syntax. Select start from.
Yeah, you need to mention
Typo in
that
select.
SCLCET.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, these are the values available. So name is 30, name, oh, okay, I think I had given in the reverse way. It should be age. First column is age and next one is name. So it's trying to get the values from the array list. Sorry, not array list, result set. So you write the corresponding query and it will get the values for you. Whatever the values you want, it will get it. So this time you're going to get properly. So A is certified, name this one. So this is how you can connect to database. So after getting the values, that is up to you, whether you want to compare with something else or not, that is up to you. Any questions?
Yeah, no. I would like to ask you, in the real-time scenarios, so this kind of database validation will be you guys will be doing because you are working in
Right. Yes,
company.
yes, we'll be doing it. Yeah, we'll be doing that.
Okay, so
One
we'll
example I can do. Let's say if I search with assuming that there is a e-commerce application. When I
okay,
search with mobiles, so it will show you the results, right? Showing 1,000 or one of 1,000 results or one of 900 results it will show. So that means there are 900 products are available with that mobile search. So I'll do the same query in the database also, and I will see whether it is giving a 900 or not. Let's say select star from this particular table where search equal to mobile. That is my query. So it is also, it will return a number to me. So then I'll compare both the values.
so this will be extensively used as per your this thing. The
That
database
depends
testing.
on the project.
Okay.
That depends on your project. But most of the project will prefer to have a database comparison also.
Okay. Yeah. In the manual, we always do database comparisons. I thought that this has to be done
Yeah.
through automation also.
Yeah, if you're doing manually, yes, obviously automation has to be done.
Okay.
So until unless you haven't done this one, so your testing is not complete then.
Yeah. 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 It's really good. We could able to know how we can able to do now. We may not be able to do it in our system, but at least we know that how we can able to compare. So we'll be having the access to the entire database of the SQL, or whatever is required, we are going to give that. They are going to give us the action.
Depends on your project. Like let's say if your company is having multiple products, so then if you are automating one product, database team will obviously restrict your things to that product. And that too, you need to have the permission like view permission or edit permissions. So that will be provided by database team only. If you are just getting the data only, then just they'll give the view permission only. But if you still want to update something in the database, like one record you want to create or one record you want to delete it, so then you need to have the edit permission.
Yeah, but we are not going to do anything. No, we are just comparing. It's only a read functionality.
We're comparing just only, yeah, but in my case, there are a couple of scenarios where I'll create number of records for my testing.
Okay.
So just to make sure some records are creating or not, then I'll delete them. So then I need read and write both permissions.
Oh, okay. So we need to do that kind of testing also. Is it required to do that delete and adding functionality for the database testing?
If you're doing manually, let's say manually you are trying to create what do you say? Okay, multiple. If a e-commerce application is there, so multiple shipping address, you need to test with multiple shipping addresses. Instead of doing it manually, you can insert the values in the database directly, right? Let's say you want to test whether my application supports 100 shipping address or not, 100 different shipping addresses or not.
Okay.
So that you can add it in the database directly by just writing the query. Insert it.
Okay.
So after testing, you can delete them like that.
Okay.
So that in that case, you need a database write access.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I have covered the questions, whatever you guys have asked.
Yeah, I have one more question.
Yes.
Because most of the time, they will be asking like API testing. Have you done API automation testing? What is that? How exactly we'll be doing that?
Like generally REST request or SOAP request. So you
Yeah,
might heard about the REST
yeah,
request,
because
right?
we have done a REST API with Postman. I used to do it, but how we can able to automate it?
So for automating the REST API, so we need REST or SOAP. Let's assume if you are trying to automate REST related calls, there is a API called REST API. You can
Yes,
write Java. So REST API in Java, like Selenium is the jar file, right? In the similar way, REST API is another jar file, which will have the methods. So get method, put method, all those things will be there, which
yes,
are related to REST. Or if you want to do SOAP related, there is another API called SOAP API.
but
You
most
can
of
do
the
this
people right now are using a REST API with Postman. No? SOAP was earlier version.
for automation, you were saying, or manually you were saying?
Yeah, for the manual also.
Yeah,
Manual and
manual.
auto.
But if you want to automate, there I'm saying there is a library REST API. That library name is REST API.
Oh yeah, REST API. Yeah, but how we can able to do in the automation? We need to write. How I don't know about that.
Even I am not aware of because I haven't done REST REST assured. Sorry, I'm telling wrong name. REST assured is the API name. So like Selenium jar file is there, right? Selenium dependency is there. In the similar way, REST assured is the API. So you need to add that REST assured in your project, and then you need to do the testing. I am not aware how to do the connection and how to do all this. Not
Oh,
aware
okay.
of
Yeah, because in one of my interview they were asking how did you do
it.
the.
Because see, nowadays they're expecting everything from a single resource. They should know database testing, they should know
Hmm.
automation, performance, API, security, everything they are asking.
That's what, because I have done manually. I know how to do manually, but I don't have any idea how it can be automated.
Right, right, yeah.
Sir, can we do some practice of API testing from somewhere where we can get like the URLs?
Yeah, you will get free APIs. Maybe you can just Google it. You will get free APIs.
Okay,
On that you can do a testing. Like there
okay,
are APIs. I know that weather temperature APIs are there. So you can find the endpoints. Like if you give the city, that will give the temperature of each and every city. So those endpoints are free. They are available. You can test it,
okay.
or you can automate basically those APIs.
Sir, what about framework? Like you did the class with us on framework. So is there any standard method or we can write like we have to make 4 packages and then this many classes, and when one class we keep all the like login page, one class we all the like locators, and then how to connect each classes, like there is any standard format or something like that?
No, so as I told you, framework is our comfortableness, like our maintainability. So if you think so what are the framework I have given to you? It's a generic one. So most of the
Yes.
people will try to follow in the same way. But if you are architect for your company and you are trying to do a framework, let's say you don't like this one, so you don't like the package names, whatever I'm giving config, you want to give it something else, and you don't want to here the object repository, you don't want to create different names, different pages. You want to put everything in a single page. That is up to you. If you think that the maintenance is becoming easy by doing this one, nobody is going to stop you. Yes, you can
Okay.
try it in a different way, but this one is a generic way. It's like a standard way
Yeah.
of doing it.
So do they ask many questions from framework?
Of course they'll ask you questions on framework, so they'll ask you to explain the structure of the framework, or how will you write. Let's say if I give a scenario to you, how will you write the scenario using that framework? So
Okay.
they'll ask you these questions.
And one more thing I would like to ask you, what is the code merge? Because as an automation tester, we are going to do the code merge also, no?
Huh. So this, as of now, if you see this framework, whatever I have, this is in my machine. So let's say
Okay.
you and me both are team members. Whatever the
Mhm.
code I have written, that you should also know, right? You should also aware, because I'm writing some common functions and I'm adding some more test cases. So
Okay.
then, so there is a central repository. There are different tools are available. One is GitHub, SVN is available, Bitbucket is available, like that. There are different tools available. That is nothing but a central repository on the cloud. So this code I can put it in cloud, so that other person can pull it from there. So assume that a shared location kind of thing. So that central repository, what I'm saying, that is a shared location. You can put your code and others also can pull it. And once they have done some updation, they can put it there. So that you will have every day you will have the new code by added by every person, other person, in your team.
Okay.
So most popular one is GitHub. Nowadays people are using GitHub for that.
So that is the open source. The GitHub is the open source where.
It has both things. Open source is generally for individual persons, but a company, if company is taking that, they'll take a private account from the GitHub,
Okay.
because
So
they want to secure their
that is
code,
the
right?
central repository where.
The development code also they will store there. So they want to secure, they'll take the private account.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And what else we need to know actually as an automation tester? Because nowadays they are asking each and everything. They are not asking simply. What else we need to concentrate
They
as
try
per
to
you?
ask questions related to Java actually, because
Okay.
Selenium questions nowadays people, everybody will answer it. Like, so anyhow, you are going to know mostly, at least if you are not able to answer, even though some experienced guy, so they'll obviously answer it. They'll try to ask you some Java related questions,
Okay.
some logics. Actually, in India, that's what generally will happen.
So do they ask
So they
all collectors?
collections.
Yeah, collections.
Yeah, Java collection. They'll ask you OOPS concept, exception handling, and they might ask you to write some logic for printing the table, fifth multiplication table, like that. They can ask whatever they want. What they'll check for is they'll check for the logical, how logically you are thinking. So if I ask you to write 5 multiplication table, so they might not expect you exact answer from you, but they'll see how you are trying to solve that problem.
So they give you like a lab right away on screen sharing and just run the program?
Right. Yeah. They'll ask you to
Okay.
write the program. Yeah. And some companies, they'll give a scenario in Selenium. Okay. And
Yeah.
so they'll ask you to automate it. So in my company, the first one, what I'll do is, if that person is a Selenium experienced person, in telephonic, I'll give a couple of questions to HR, like 2 to 3 questions, like what is an XPath, or how will you handle multiple windows in Selenium? Like I'll give 4 to 5 questions. If they are able to at least answer those questions, then I'll ask them to bring for the second round. The second round, I'll give a scenario to them to automate it. I'll give a laptop to them, like sharing session. I'll give 1 hour time to automate that scenario. So if they are able to do it, then I'll jump into the Java. Like I'll ask some Java questions whether they are able to.
But you provide framework, right?
No framework. Normal
Java
private or
program.
fine.
Okay.
I mean that's what I follow. I am not sure that
But
other
what kind of
companies.
programs you ask? Do you ask just like login and
So,
this kind of stuff or logics?
what I'll ask is I'll go for Flipkart or Amazon, so that I'll
Yeah.
try to cover multiple things that. So, let me, yeah. So in Amazon, so the first thing is just open Amazon.in, and from this drop down, so I'll ask them to select books. Okay.
Okay.
And then search for Selenium here. Selenium, I'm typing. So here I'm just trying to cover the drop down, text box, and the click. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And then, so I'll just scroll down and I'll ask them to select something like maybe some checkboxes. So yeah, select the other something like this. So I can cover the checkbox also. Paper box. Paper back. So that checkbox also will be covered there. And then I will ask them to verify this one. The Selenium is coming here or not.
Okay.
And then I'll ask them to click any one of the link which opens a new window. See, it is opening a new tab, right? So that covers the multiple windows also. And then they'll add it to the cart. And I'll ask them to verify whether the product is added to the cart or not. Same product is added to the cart or not. The core Python programming language is there, right? The same product is added to the cart or not. I'll ask them to verify. So that they have to get the text and store it in a variable. And here also they have to get the text and they have to compare both the values. When the comparison is done, then I'll ask them to delete this product and make sure Amazon cart is empty or not. That's it. This is the scenario. So in less steps, I will try to cover more Selenium basics related.
Yes, sir, but this should not be difficult, right? The like handling this one, because it doesn't use lots of Java.
What?
Except like selecting from the drop down, it doesn't use lots of Java. Like the scenario you just explained.
So when you are comparing two values, obviously you are storing that in a value that is Java. See here, in this setup, I'm trying to look at the Selenium stuff which that particular guy has.
Okay.
So because I see a lot of person, they know more about Selenium, but they'll struggle in Java. So generally, whenever I'm taking, if somebody is very good at Selenium, if they can complete the program within 30 minutes by writing good XPaths, by writing some Selenium commands and everything, so it's not hard for me to train them in Java. So I can just give 1 month of time to them, give hard learning in Java, so that they'll become experts in Selenium Java.
So what do you think, like what kind of job positions we looking for? Because we have just done the like Selenium and just like a couple of projects, these small ones.
Sorry, say it again. I didn't understand.
Sir, with this with this knowledge, like with the Java which we have studied from sir and some like project, just like one creating the framework, like this kind of project we have done. So what kind of job positions we should be looking for?
Okay, so let me tell you in this way. So if you really has practiced whatever Reddy sir has given and what are the framework I have given, so undoubtedly you can put 2 to 3 years of experience in Selenium. But the only condition is you should have practiced all the programs which sir told in Java and the framework whatever I have. So
yeah, he didn't cover collections, so I'm just worried about that part. Do we need to study it?
I think collections, I think he might have covered it, right? Or just ask him. I'm not sure whether, I mean, what is the course content of Reddy sir? I'm not sure, but I know that he'll cover everything in Java.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thanks.
Just check with him. I'm not sure.
Sir, do you have a list of interview questions and answers, and do you mind sharing it?
Everybody is asking me, I'll just do. Even if you ask me, I'll just say Selenium interview questions. That's it. Even I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
But generally, what I'll do is when I'm taking an interview, I'll ask him a question. Based on his answer, I'll try to take the question from there.
Carry on the conversation.
Ask a question. So how will you select a value from dropdown? So he'll say, I use a select class. Then from here, like whatever we have written, right? Then the next question comes. I want to get all the values from the drop down. So what is the command you'll use? Like that. So from his answer, I'll try to take the questions that way. So there is, but some companies, they'll have some standard questions. Like these are the questions they have to ask.
So sir, in every interview there is like practical interview.
Nowadays,
Like,
most of the companies are doing the same thing. They are giving the practicals.
Okay.
Because earlier, like 1 year, 2 years back, even telephonic interviews, if you answer something in telephonic interviews, they have onboarded you. But now the things have been changed. They are asking, they're looking for the guys who can do real coding, not theoretically. Because most of the people, so they're trying to learn all the Java, the interview questions, and they're trying to answer it. But when it comes to the practical, they're not able to do it.
Yeah.
Some people, they can tell you this, select and everything, but if I ask you to write them, no, they cannot write it because they don't have a practice. They have only theoretical knowledge. Okay. So anything else?
Yeah, good, sir.
We are good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'll send you this framework, this project and the recorded session as well.
Yeah.
So that you can go through it.
Yeah, if there is any questions, we can able to contact you by email. That will be good.
Yeah, you can send an email to me. I'll try to answer those questions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you think apart from Selenium and like these Java, do we need to study JMeter or like database testing as well?
JMeter is for the performance testing.
You know, I'm saying for job purpose, like do we study?
Yeah, what I'll suggest is at least you should have basic knowledge, even though you don't have practical knowledge. You can just read about that API testing, whatever you're saying, API and the JMeter. Those are like, at least they'll expect something from you. At least you know about it, or what are the tools they are using, what is JMeter, what is performance testing. So they might ask you these questions also. So I recommend you to go through it once. At least you'll have a knowledge on that API testing and this performance testing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.